What is the art of living?
The art of living happily, the art of living successfully, is to stand for something, is to have direction, is to be in touch with purpose. There are things that you have to understand. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I've become happy in a way that's not so much condition orientated. In other words, one was always happy when things went well and was miserable when things didn't go well. But there's another kind of happiness which comes from the art of living successfully. And that is distinguishing that when I suffered, did my suffering come from? It came from listening to my internal dialogue, characterizing who I was and what was going on. And then thinking that characterization actually was me, the characterizer was me, and the characterization was true. And then gradually, over a period of years, one gets to feel like, you know what, I'm not all that great. I don't feel that great about myself. You know, my life isn't all that great either. That's not the art of living. That's the opposite. You have to see that there's something inherently in us. If we stripped it all away, what would be there? And there is something there. And being it is joyful. And being it is happy. So the art of living is flowing as awareness. It's not being fixed. If you notice that any fixed ideas that you have, they're like weights that keep you earth-bound. Chains. Your beliefs, which are supposed to free us, actually chain us and our bondage. Beliefs about oneself. Oh, well, you see, that proves it again, you're like this, says the internal dialogue, in the voice of the all-knowing critic, or in the voice of your dad, or in the voice of your mother, or in the voice of somebody else, but that voice telling you who you are. No, look. The art of living is to look and see just really what's there. And the great news is that there's a part of you that hasn't been touched by the traumas and dramas and karmas of your past. That there's something beautiful there. So the art of living is flowing as awareness. Imagine that, flowing as awareness. Not fixed, not having to repeat, but moving out of the dream. Moving out of identifying oneself as the character that one plays in the dream play of life, in the drama of life. Identifying as that will cause you suffering. You'll either overdo it or you'll underdo it, and at some point it collapses, just when you need it. There's a whole transformation that can happen for a human being, and the art of living is bringing that on, honouring it, and going with it, flowing into that unfolding beauty of who you truly are. You don't need to be supported by endless chatter. That you can just be who you are. This is the art of living, just being who you are. The art of living is just letting life be what it is. That it's not by controlling circumstance that I will become complete. That it's not by abstracting some truth that I will become complete. All statements turn out to be equally true. All statements turn out to be equally true. So you can forget it. All that's thinking, it's not going to get you one step nearer what actually is the incredible truth of this life. So, the art of living without suffering is to recognize where that suffering comes from, what actually causes it. It's not a myriad things. There's nothing to control to stop suffering. It's just to recognize that everything in itself is empty. I am the one that gives everything meaning. And usually, always the suffering comes from some meaning that I've given something. The meaning I've given myself. The meaning I've given an event. And then I suffer. So if you slow it right down, something happens. Internal dialogue goes, this means this. Then I go off, process it, and come back with, you should feel this now. And then I run through my system some feeling of suffering, of not feeling good, of not feeling connected. And yet actually I don't need to really do that. And for me, I don't know how it's all happened. Some effort and lots of grace. It's as if the universe wants me to be happy. It actually wants me to be happy. It's conspiring to make me happy. It's amazing. And now I've got to this stage in my life, and I look back and I think, wow, what an amazing journey. Thank you so much for ignoring my stupidity and empowering my heart. The art of living is to come from the heart. The art of living is to trust your heart. The art of living is to be quiet. Every day, spend time in quietness. Be still. Consciously be still. Calm right down. Every single day. Remember every single day what is real and what is not real. And then it becomes your reality. It's just amazing. And now I feel like, wow, this is so incredible. This is so much more than I thought. And I just know that I'm just scratching the surface. What's coming? Wow. You ain't seen nothing yet. The art of living is to be a stand for something.